From a little boy, I've always had a passion for aircraft and boats. Our whole family has a passion for boats. My father has a passion for boats. My brother does. My whole family, my sons, daughters, even my wife enjoys the boat. We do it for a living, and we do it for recreation. So it's in the blood, I suppose. My parents immigrated to Australia in the late 40s. They came here as very young. I think my mother was about 18, my dad was 19. And they settled in inner Sydney. My grandparents, fabulous people. They were just a salt of the earth. My grandmother was the greatest cook on earth. My grandfather was the gentlest man you'd ever want to know. And my father tells a very funny story, actually. He said, I used to eat kangaroo meat before it was ever fashionable. He said, we used to buy all this great meat from this shop. He said, and somebody told us it was a pet shop in the end.
The best thing with the business, it's something that me and my brother have developed, you know, from a tiny little family business where, you know, it started with just mum and dad and one or two people. Now, you know, I think we're nearly 20 odd people, and it's quite a successful business, and the business is just constantly growing.
It started with my parents, and even the name has got my parents involved in it, because my mother was a maiden name Fenquin, and my father was a Quintano, so that's how Fenquin came about. Started off in a little shop in Newtown. They progressed into a service station in Bass Hill. It started off as a service station, then became a service centre. Eventually they moved out of that into a premises at Milperra. They did mostly the old Deutz trucks and the old Ansett buses. Then I joined the company when I was about 22, I suppose. I'd worked for my father on and off in school holidays and doing various things and learning the trade. I asked him if we could go into a slightly different direction, and we delved into the marine industry, taking on Volvo Penta. Then I left my father for a little while, and my brother also left the business for a little while, sort of feeling my way around and getting out of the family business. But went back eventually and started to really progress the company into two divisions, really, a marine section and a truck section. And we lumbered along with that quite happily, and then my father decided to delve into a chandlery business up in the North Shore, up at Newport. We sort of separated at that time. I kept on with the truck and the marine side at Milperra. We ventured into boat selling for a little while, but we didn't stay in that business for very long. It really wasn't our business. So we stayed in the marine maintenance. In 1988, Sydney had a humongous flood. It was a 1 in 100 year flood. We got caught up in that very severely, and we had to move premises in a big hurry because it just about decimated our business. We moved to Revesby as a temporary stopgap for probably about 2 years. Then we moved into another premises at Chipping Norton, and that's where we actually split the truck business into one building and the marine business into another. And I took on the marine side. We were building boats for the Navy on behalf of Zodiac. We were doing all the support craft for some of the Navy warships. And we built a lot of inflatable boats for specialty people like fisheries. We were doing outboards at that time and still doing Volvo Penta. Volvo Penta now is a major part of our life. We look after 30 dealers in New South Wales. We look after quite a few OEMs like Palm Beach Marine. We also look after Sailfish, Steber Craft, Sydney Boat Builders and so on. We also do Vetus marine equipment. We're the distributor for that. All top quality stuff. Anything that we take on, we try and get the best of the best. The new hookup with Hamilton Jet, we're doing it in conjunction with another Penta centre in Queensland, but that's going to take us into areas that we've never been before, into fast passenger ferries, coastal patrol boats, mostly specialist type of equipment. Moved out to Ingleburn now. We've made training facilities in here for the dealers. We have Volvo as our support behind us. We've developed a facility in here where we can bring up to over 40 feet in a cruiser. Sometimes the dealers haven't got the facility to do that, so we do it on their behalf. Every company that's successful relies heavily on its staff.
I've been with Fenquin for a long time, and I just don't see it as a job somewhere to go each day. I feel valued. I do have a lot of input into how the company runs. It's almost like it's my company, yeah.
My staff know their job and they do their job very well, and this company wouldn't be anywhere near what it is without them. They know me, I know them, I know most of their families too, and they're a great bunch of people. They're a credit to this business.
Every day is different. They get to travel around a lot. They get to work on umpteen dozen bits of equipment. It could be a crane one day. It could be on board a warship another day, on a super yacht another day. It's never a dull moment. I don't think our guys will ever die aboard them.